Hello and welcome to the first episode of Solotin, which stands for Solo Mountain. We're going to do some expedition, some fishing, some exploring, some adventures, whatever, hiking, I don't know. We'll do it. And we're trying to do it in this. This is a 1986 Volkswagen Vanagon Westie. It's two-wheel drive. Got it up on the lift here because we took it out for its debut drive up to Hope, Idaho, and it was a success. We did run into some issues that we'll go over here later in the video of things I need to now fix. All right, so let's talk about why we chose the Vanagon. The Vanagon is a really cool idea, really a cool idea for the 80s. But not just the 80s, this has a pop-up camper, which is why it's a Westfalia, which sleeps two people up there. And then also this back seat here folds down into a bed, which sleeps another two people. That's awesome. These vans are expensive, but they're not nearly as expensive if you were to do like a Sprinter van or something like that. Something comparable would be like an American van that you convert or is already converted into like a sleeper with a high top or something. There's tons of bees out here. So it's this one. We have the topper for extra storage. This van comes with a ton of storage. If you're interested in that, there's tons of videos on YouTube already, so I won't bore you with all those doors there and opening them. So why'd I buy the Westie? To be honest, I really enjoy driving this. I have a few cars that I use for work, a few trucks, and we have a GMC Yukon, and I would hands down choose to drive this every day if I could. Man, it's just something nostalgic about it. We had a Westie. It wasn't a Westie. It was a Vanagon GL. It's like a 91, and we took that basically across the Pacific Northwest and up into Canada when I was a kid. And like, I'll never forget that trip, even though I was pretty young, but I definitely still remember a lot of it. And just cruising in the van, I mean, especially when you're driving, you're there. You got to be paying attention, so you can't just rip. You know, if we're going to, a family member's house or something that lives out of state, we're probably not going to drive this. But if we're going on an adventure someplace we haven't been before, like, done, doing it. Doesn't really matter how long it takes you to get there. You really enjoy it a lot more. So we'll see where the roads take us. First modification, not even a modification, just an addition to the van that we did, was this. Might have seen it on my Instagram. This is a Tough Built Stack Tech cooler. This is the half size one. They make a full size one as well, but it wouldn't fit here. Yep, pretty roomy. Has a little tray that slips in here too, that's in the back for snacks or whatever if you want them up high. But these are pretty sweet because they have all sorts of different attachments for these rails. If you want to see my review on the Stack Tech, I'll leave the link in the description for my other channel, but this is one of them. This is you can actually get bigger tumblers, but it actually twists and locks in. And with that isn't going anywhere. And it actually works really well for a cup holder here in the van. Doesn't get in the way of the e-brake. You can open it, not hitting any of the seats. If you don't have one of these, or you're like us who doesn't have a fridge at the moment, it's kind of a sweet way to keep some stuff cool without taking up too much room with a large cooler in the back. So this van has a rebuilt 2.1 water-cooled engine in it, and it has about 10,000 miles on it, but it was done about 8 years ago. So when we bought it, I knew that there would probably be some things that we need to fix, but when we bought it, it had a little bit of a seeping oil problem, but no leak, and no leaks anywhere else. His garage was totally clean. So we decided to take it up to Hope, Idaho, which for us is probably an hour and a half or so drive. There, explored a little bit and drove back, so we weren't too far from home. Get to know the van a little bit and just check it out and how it did on a trip, which it did excellent. We took our whole family, had a blast, and definitely think we made the right choice on the van. But we are going to take it out this weekend And it turns out we have a couple oil leaks from the push rod tubes. We have a numerous amount of coolant leaks, very, very small. Everything's small, but needs to be fixed before we go on our next adventure. We're gonna try and just continue to go further and further. Also found out that the axle seals and a boot are leaking. So both sides and one side boot. So definitely got to fix that. Yeah, other than that, pretty good success. A little bit of work ahead of me. We have it up on the lift right here to simulate the lift we're gonna put on it. Only because I don't necessarily have to put a lift on this. It's just a two-wheel drive van, but I think for safety, for what kind of we do, these 14-inch rims with the Rangers aren't going to cut it. So we need to get some sort of all-terrain tire on there. So the previous owner did the drum brakes on this in the back, and the front disc brakes are okay, but we're going to go ahead and replace those since we're rebuilding the calipers, and we'll put some new real good German pads on there. So pretty clean Westie. Has a Go Westie top, the tent part, so that's new. Everything else is stock but clean. Had the refrigerator deleted, so I'm probably going to do one of the, like, what do they call them, like RV style refrigerators in there. Because what this van did come with that's not stock is this system. It's got 200 amp batteries. And the only thing I need to do is get rid of, this van still has the, whatever this battery is called under the driver's seat here that runs a couple lights and this controller for the water and battery level. And I think it runs the sink still as well that's in here, the sink pump. So we need to get rid of this battery, connect that charging system to the new system, and then I also want to add solar so I can go a long ways and maybe do a little work on the road while I'm at it. So not the gentleman we bought this off of, but the previous owner to him was just really into this trim and just cutting it short everywhere he could, and I mean everywhere. Are you guys interested in watching videos on putting on accessories or actually fixing the van? There's not like a huge supply of things on YouTube, but they're there. I mean, maybe I update what's there, do all the work myself. I want to be able to basically rebuild this entire van myself is the goal. And it'd be cool to take you guys along on the ride if you're interested. Also, if you're in the North Idaho region and you need some help with your van, you should probably look us up. Love to help you. Well, thanks for watching today, and stay tuned for our next video. Hopefully it'll be a little less mechanical and a little more adventure. If I can't get this thing going real soon, we're just gonna take something else out into the woods and have a good time. So thanks for watching. Enjoy, like, subscribe, do whatever you're supposed to be doing. Hey, the van's in neutral, rolling. Whoa, luckily nothing was behind us. I just took it off the lift and there she rolls.